How's it? Today is February 2nd. It is Wednesday. And today is kind of topping out on my power clean um, capabilities, I think. I wasn't sure if I could go up from last week. If you recall, last week was the first week I moved from power clean doubles to power clean plus a hand clean and a power jerk. And I started at 115 last week. Um, all of them were pretty good. So I figured if I could increase by 3 kilos today, that would be great. If I could increase by 5, that would be amazing. And essentially, I've reached my capacity. I'm not quite sure what to call it. I don't think I can power clean any more than this, if that gives it a good depiction. 120 is quite heavy for me. My best power clean in the past is 123, like my single best power clean. That was in a time when I wasn't working as much as I am now, and so I mean, overall fatigue on my body is significantly higher now than it was back then. I'm sure that's playing some sort of factor, but given that I've improved to this point with that sort of amount of extra volume on my feet, I don't think it's a huge factor as to my disability, my inability to power clean a lot. Um, I don't know. Maybe if I wasn't working at the restaurant, maybe I would have a higher power clean. I'm not saying I would because I truly don't think it would be any different. Um, but it's getting hot here in San Jose, so I've been taking off my shirt more often than I have in the past, and um, a little thirst trap there, but it's okay. Here's my last warm up set. And yeah, I mean, for me, it's like the power clean is always the hardest portion of the lift. The hand clean is the easiest by far, and then the power jerk is somewhere in between. And here's my first set. Yeah, it's definitely power, but I don't know if I could even do 121 today, let alone next week. We'll see. We'll really see. And then, as I mentioned, the hand clean itself is just it's almost inconsequential. Like I know I can hand clean this fairly easily. So, oh yeah. Oops. Um, yeah. I I actually missed one power jerk today, so like that kind of gives that kind of a depiction of where I am in how difficulty for this weight. So like power cleans are kind of here and there whether I make them or not. Hand cleans I make all of them. Power jerks I miss one. Like I mean, like once you miss like as far as power clean, I'm not gonna miss a clean if I'm going for that power clean, if that makes sense. Unless I get spit out the back or something, where like my positioning is completely terrible. Yeah, so you see that that's very parallel. At best, that's parallel. Realistically, that is honestly below parallel, and I'm not trying to count those as powers. It's just like again, this is essentially my limit. My the just to be realistic, right? Power jerk on that one looks a little bit better. This is the only fail I have on my jerk here, and then again, touches parallel at best. And then the only problem with these hand cleans for me, I think, is if I'm like kind of holding onto the bar for too long, I'm fairly fatigued. Kind of just I'm unable to maintain positioning with my upper body, with like my lats and everything. And yeah, that one. So I tried to move a little bit quicker on this one, like move down quicker. You can see my feet moved a little bit faster, but the height on the bar didn't really change there. So the height on the catch didn't really change. And yeah, Little precarious there. And then I just got one more here. 6 sets of 1 plus 1 plus 1 is actually quite a bit. So yeah, definitely power there. I think I would say 2 of these were definitely powers, and then 4 of them were kind of like questionable. Hand clean again, super easy. I think this is probably one of the more solid jerks if I remember. Little push back there, kind of relying on my elbows, relying on my wrists to kind of let go through. Look at me go! Look how big I am. Look how yoked I am. After that, I finished off with my clean deadlifts for barbell work. Oh, actually, no, there's actually barbell bent over rows after this. But this one is just 5 kilos up from last week, I believe. 5x5 here is actually not very challenging, which is a great sign, I think, in my opinion, because it essentially indicates that I am ready to lift more than I currently am lifted, right? My best clean is 143 from like 2018. That's like 4 years ago at this point. And then my best clean and jerk itself is 140. That's from like 2 months ago at this point. A month and a half ago at this point. A little bit over a month ago, I guess, right? Because it's only the 2nd today. But like, I think it was Christmas Eve. Whatever. You know, like, essentially the way that this is moving, it feels like this might be in the realm of possibility in the next, by the end of this training cycle. I'm not saying it is. I'm not trying to promise that. I'm like putting that on the universe, but it's again within the realm of possibility, and that would be awesome for me, like a huge confidence booster, and saying that like I'm actually doing something correct to get to where I want to be, right? I understand I'm just doing a deadlift here, and so the pull itself is gonna be fairly different, and I think it's going to be like with the extension, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging, just to maintain those positions and actually push through my legs here. But as far as my upper body goes and my lower back, like these look solid for me. It's kind of in the position that I want to be in. Not all of them are perfect, but I am getting there. And then, as I mentioned earlier, my last barbell work here is just a bent over row. Work up to a heavy set of 5. I am doing my best not to swing. Like, you know, I have that like that bouncing, swingy. Like it even happens with 80 there. But I go up to 120 today. Honestly, I probably should stay at 100 and do a few sets here, and then kind of just allow my body to squeeze, or allow my back to squeeze the weight up, and kind of feel the weight in my lats rather than allowing this kind of forward swing. Yeah. Not super proud, but it's okay. Finished off with my dumbbell overhead walks. This has been one of my favorite exercises for a while, and it's continuing to provide a lot of the results that I like, as far as like overhead stability and overhead like confidence. Yeah, I really enjoy this, so I'm happy that I'm still able to do this as far as with my elbow goes and equipment. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.